RoughRiders taking on the San Antonio Missions tonight, and we're joined by new Frisco starter Jake Thompson. And Jake, just describe what this last week and a half has been like for you. I'm sure it's been an absolute whirlwind.
It's been pretty crazy. It's for the Futures game. Then the day after I got back from that, I got sent up to Erie AA with the Tigers, and then I made 2 starts there. Got traded over here, so just trying to kind of get my feet on the ground, and it's nice to be back home.
How did you first learn that you were getting traded, and what was the feeling like when you found out you're going back to Texas?
The way I heard I got traded, a Detroit reporter that I'd done an article for and helped him out with the few questions he had earlier in the year. He texted me and said, "Hey, just a rumor, it could be completely false, but did you and Corey Knievel get traded to Texas?" I had no clue at the time, and I went on Twitter, and there was a couple things that came up, and after about 5 minutes looking on Twitter, it started blowing up. It was made official, and that's when the Tigers called and told me I had been traded to Texas.
Were you surprised? Were you happy maybe? Not that you didn't want to get out of the Tigers farm system, but here you are, a guy who grew up in the shadow of Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, and you're potentially on track to play there at some point.
I was shocked. I knew I was available for teams to go after, and I knew the Tigers had to make a big move because their bullpen was really struggling. But I was actually really excited to come back and play for Texas, not just because it's my hometown team, but I feel like it's a very good situation for me. They're kind of in a rebuilding phase. They're going to start looking more and more at younger guys. I just thought it'd be a great situation for me.
Now, you've been here for only a week or so, but are you starting to get more comfortable with your surroundings? Again, you were very new to AA before you came here, but you're getting to know a lot of players that you've never met before, new coaches, new system, new league. Are you starting to feel a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, all the guys have been awesome, very welcoming. Nobody's standoffish towards me or anything, which makes it a whole lot easier on me. As far as getting used to AA, it's still baseball. The overall talent, the higher you go up, keeps getting a little bit better. So there's a little bit of adjustment period in that. But other than that, everybody's been awesome, and can't wait to finish out the season.
What is the toughest part of the adjustment? Is it the baseball because it's a relatively new level? I don't think it's has anything really to do with the clubhouse or anything really to do with baseball. It's just getting in your own comfort level. When I was in high A, I kind of found my own thing that made me feel comfortable, made me confident in what I was accomplishing, and I just got to find that here and keep moving along. I'm sure it's quite a difference from what you had in Erie and Lakeland to what you have in Frisco, just in terms of facilities, crowds. The whole experience at Dr. Pepper Ballpark. Is that the case?
Yeah, it is. It's not a knock against the Tigers, but the Rangers teams, all their teams really, are in way better areas as far as the quality of the city. And I knew Frisco just from growing up. It's only 30 minutes from my house. And it was always super nice. Everything's new and clean, and I was really excited whenever the Rangers told me I was going to be headed here.
One guy that is not completely new to you when you came to the organization is Joey Gallo, because the two of you were teammates at the Futures game. Did you get a chance to chat much at all with Joey, and did you feel like, okay, well, at least I know somebody in that clubhouse?
Yeah, we actually first met. We did a showcase. We were in the same showcase together in high school. And then I talked to him a little bit at the Futures game, and he's a really good guy for what he's accomplished in his short career this far. It's truly incredible. I think the next home run he hit is going to be his 100th career home run, which a lot of guys play their whole careers and never do that. No, he's a really good guy, and I'm excited we're teammates.
We're here with Rockwall native Jake Thompson. Jake, you made your organizational debut on Tuesday night. Just give me a ballpark estimate. How many friends and family do you feel like were there? I know you weren't handling it, but how many folks did you know were there to see you pitch that night?
Probably around 100, I'd guess, as far as I know. Now,
there's probably other people that my family was friends with that came out to see me. But as far as people that I knew and kind of try to keep contact with, somewhere in the ballpark of 100.
Now, you made a number of pro starts. You made a number of big outings when you were playing in amateur ball as well. But were there any extra jitters maybe out of normal because, hey, you're pitching basically back home in front of your friends and family as a pro baseball player now?
I think it was a little bit more nerve-wracking throwing for the first time for the Rangers, not necessarily for everybody that was there to see me. I mean, once you get out on the field, you're usually pretty locked in, and I was more nervous, first start with the Rangers debut than a bunch of people there to see me.
How do you try and control that and try and make sure that you don't try and overdo it? Because you are with a new organization, they went out and traded for you, but you also don't want to get out of what made you the player that they went out and got.
I'm hoping for the next one on I can kind of get back to my usual me. It was a little bit wild in my last start, and that was probably a little bit of the nerves involved with it. But there's really you just got to focus on. I focus on what makes me me. I'm not a guy that's going to go out there and throw 100, so it's not worth even trying to do that. I just got to get back to my game plan and keep moving along.
I remember asking you shortly after you arrived, had you been to the ballpark before as a fan or as a player? You told me quite a few games for both. Are there any memories that you had of coming to a game as a fan or coming to a game and playing that particularly stick out for you?
I saw a couple cool moments as a fan. Really the thing that probably sticks out most to me, being so close to the ballpark, my senior fall, they had like a group of high school hitters that would come out and hit on the field for the scouting department, and just remember going out there and hitting a bunch of home runs all over the field. That's probably what I remember the most. I thought was the coolest. But I got to see way back in the day. I saw Pudge hit a walk-off home run. I saw I want to say it was a 19 or 20 inning game where Alfonso Soriano ended up hitting a walk-off home run. That was really cool. But thing for me was probably taking BP on the field was the coolest thing for me.
Now, compared to most minor leaguers, you probably have a longer commute than most. A lot of times when they're minors, you try and live as close to the ballpark as you can, given that you don't want to spend too much money on gas. You're living at home, but I'm sure your mom and dad don't mind that, right?
No, they're excited to have me. They miss me. What I spend on gas, I end up saving in rent money, so it works out good.
Well, what is the goal for you for the next month of the regular season here? It's August. You've got a month's worth of starts ahead of you. What are you trying to do here as you adjust to this level, new organization, new teammates?
I want to show everybody in this organization the reason the Rangers involved me in a trade for a major leaguer and what made me so successful with the Tigers. I want to be able to show that each and every start and just continue being consistent throughout the rest of the year.
Well, Jake, congratulations on all your success here, and hopefully you settle in, and best of luck here moving forward. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
That's Jake Thompson. We're back right after this on the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.